Hello, everybody! Are we ready? RIP headphone users. I am so ready for some Tavern Talk. I see we have Stinky Mima. She's hyped for Tavern time. And we have, again, Kitty. I don't know. Too slow, unfortunately. Well, it is what it is. Wait. Something is up with my headphones. Let me see. What did I do? Okay, Kitty. Oh my god, something is up with my headphones. Sorry, guys. I fixed it. Oh, okay, perfect. Let's get into it. Let's pour some drinks. Okay. In Lithuanian, the rooster says kakareku. What about other languages? Do we have other languages here? Or if you guys know. I also know that in Korean it's kokyo, I think. Okay, our shipment of infusions has arrived. We have fake crystals and frozen pine cones. We are ready to pour them drinks. And we also have Fable's chilies now. So we have 3 infusions. We're gonna unpack them later. Awesome sauce. So, Inkeep. A drink for me and this lanky pal. It's good to see you too, Lynn. She meant to say please. Welcome back, Fable. You look alive. Thank you. I am. Oh my god, I wonder if Fable did the mission, the quest. That seems like a given. I'm just happy to see them doing well and with a friend. We ain't friends. We're not? So you two didn't form a party? No. Oh. Then what's the drink about? They may be very annoying, but they did just help me solve a family feud of 10 years. Whoa. So I do owe them some of your dishwater at the very least. Excuse me, dishwater? These are premium amaretto sours I'm whipping up over here. Guys, did I ask you last time what was your favorite drink? Your favorite beverage? Please comment. I wouldn't call it a feud, more of a miscommunication. No, it was a feud. I feel like feud implies a certain level of hostility. I was gonna kill him. I thought that was a joke. It wasn't. Oh. But no one died? No, Elfie here was able to prevent that. It's Fable. Whatever. Does this perchance have something to do with your quest? It does. I stopped her from killing the werewolf. Oh my god. Am I lagging? For some reason, I'm seeing myself as like stuck on the stream, so I hope I'm not lagging. Wait, guys. What is up with all these technical difficulties? Oh, okay, all good. I think it's just my computer. Elaborate, please. I was going to kill the werewolf. They stopped me from killing the werewolf. What's not to get? A lot. I think she's confused because the quest was to save the villagers from the werewolf. And now it sounds like I saved the werewolf from you. Which I did, kind of. I also remember you saying you didn't want the quest, Lynn. I didn't. Was there by chance? Oh, was there by chance? They were both stealing sheep. Was not. Sure was. Adventuring don't pay what it used to. So you steal other people's sheep. Mind your own business. How did any of this lead to a successful quest? Well, where do I start? How about the beginning? Right, I was born a half-crescent dreaming moon. On a half-crescent dreaming moon. Okay. Fable was taking us back, honey. Right, the quest. Traveling there was no trouble. I know enough shortcuts to travel through the Ashen Grove swiftly. I reached the borders of Tregarin right around dusk. The Ashen Grove thins out around there, and you can catch a glimpse of the wide fields and vineyards, as well as see one farm after the other. An idyllic sight, well, at least before sunset. Do you have trouble in the dark? Emotionally? Visually? A little. I mean, I reckon I can still see more than a human could, but darkness is darkness, and I am no owl. Thank God, you're already weird enough. Imagine the damage you'd do if you could turn your head all the way around. Who says I can't? Just kidding. Anyway, luckily darkness doesn't affect my hearing. Not the normal kind. What? Nothing. Okay, I heard a creaking fence and footsteps that were failing and keeping quiet. Your ears are failing at being small. That's so mean. Oh my God, why would... So I snuck closer and I saw a werewolf-esque shape picking up a tiny sheep. I was petting it. Well, I thought she was going to eat it, so I summoned up all my courage and I stepped out of the shadows and I said, "Good evening, werewolf. Please put down the sheep." I didn't expect them to be entirely in their right mind, of course, but I wanted to be polite. And I thought it might confuse her, and maybe that would help calm her down. It confused me, all right. Who the heck sees a werewolf and the first thing they do is greet them? Bella Swan. Or an insane one. It worked, didn't it? Because I ain't no werewolf. He wasn't that different, but I'm skipping ahead. To my surprise, instead of a growl, the werewolf, or not werewolf, responded with, "What?" So the confusion plan had worked, but I hadn't really expected that response. So I said again, please put down the sheep. And she asked why. And I said, well, because stealing sheep isn't very nice. And she asked who I was. No, I asked, who are you, a guard? I was about to introduce myself when we heard this blood-curdling howl. It sounded like someone had ripped a hole into the fabric of reality and then pierced it with a horrid yell. Please, it was barely a bark, and it made the blood freeze in my veins. I heard panting and heavy footsteps, and I barely dared to turn around. You turned around immediately. And when I did, I started the twisted face of a werewolf. I stared into the twisted face of a werewolf, yellow gleaming eyes. Gleaming with jaundice. The digs. Sharp teeth, giant claws. He looked like he wanted to eat me right up. He did. But before I could beg for mercy, suddenly something rushed past me and lunged at the werewolf. When I regained my composure, Lynn and the werewolf were on the ground fighting tooth and nail. And the sheep you were holding? Obviously, I set it down at that point. Good. So you went to Fable's aid. No, that ain't it. I noticed the wolf's flannel rags. They were blue, checkered, had an uneven print. Oh, so they were Crips. Just like the kind of stuff Uncle Dragon likes to wear. That old... That old what? Hey, why can't I say that? Beep! What the beep? Youth protection, the age rating system is quite harsh. Beep! Anyway, it was dressed like Uncle Dragon, I don't know. Smelled like Uncle Dragon. Fought like him too. I was joking when I brought it up before, you know. Haven't seen that old man in years. Was copping about it by joking. That's the only way I can talk about him these days. Because of the feud? Yes. He used to be my favorite uncle, but then he changed. He became a Republican. Became irritable and angry, distant, fought a lot with Uncle Fedor. Cared more about the moon than he did his own family. Eventually he just left, ran away without a word, left us and Uncle Fedor behind, worried senseless. Until we found a letter saying not to look for him and all the savings missing. Swore I was gonna kill him if I ever saw him again. Always thought he just couldn't face up to his problems. Turns out his solution was just to get those problems as far away from everyone as possible, idiot. Did you talk it out with your fists? I tried, but Elfie stopped me. I'm glad they did. How'd you figure that out? Well, she was yelling at him. I didn't understand half of it, but I could tell she was angry and hurt. I tried to get their attention by telling them to stop, but they wouldn't listen, so I shot an arrow right next to both of their heads. My aim was a little shaky, so I did end up grazing Mr. Dragon's ear. But it got them to stop for long enough to start listening to me. I threatened them that if they didn't stop to talk, I would shoot them both. I would have never done that, of course. But they must have believed me because they actually stopped to listen. Looked mighty scary there, little pal. Thank you. I sat them down and did my best to be an insurmountable obstacle between them. If they wanted to fight, they would have to go through me. That sounds rather dangerous. It was. Wouldn't have stopped for them. What? You're the size of a stick. You think you could stop two angry wolves? Oh, well, anyway. I used the opportunity to figure out what was going on. And that's how I found out about Mr. Dragan and Carolyn and the miscommunication. Feud. The feud, sure. Turns out that after Mr. Dragan was turned, he was too ashamed to admit it. But he couldn't stop the changes and ended up hurting all the people he cared about. That's no excuse, of course. No, it ain't. If we had known, we'd have helped him best we could. At the very least, would have built a sturdy shed with scratch-proof walls for full moons. He didn't think that would have happened, though. So he decided to fix the problem by leaving, deal with it alone, and so on. But that only made it worse. Of course, he was too embarrassed to come back, so he just focused on the whole werewolf thing and not any human things. Or... What does that mean? Vukakian things, so to speak. Trying to find a cure, trying to avoid the moon, trying to find a place to sleep, stealing sheep. That's something they have in common. The sheep? No, the stubbornness and the unwillingness to ask for help. But the sheep too. But they had to talk about it. The silent resentment wasn't good for either of them. And you got them to do that? The little stick is oddly persuasive. Had us talking about it before I even realized I didn't want to. Maybe because you did want to. Maybe. How did it go? Fine. We'll take some time to accept his apology. We'll have to see him change first and apologize to Uncle Theodore and the rest. But it was good to see him again. Guess a hug did feel better than a great sword in his gut. Wonderful. Of course, there's still the problem with the whole werewolf thing. Idiot got so obsessed with a cure he still can barely control himself. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done. Is it my connection? Oh no. I think it could be my connection. I mean, OBS is showing that everything is fine. Anyway, I mean, I don't know if you're losing me or if you're losing yourself. But I think that I'm all good. I mean, I'm seeing myself on the stream. Right. We helped him realize that even a cure couldn't change what he'd done. That he has to accept he's different now and learn how to live again. Of course, it won't be easy. No change ever is. I learned that from you. But we have a group of werewolves living near our settlement. A small community that enjoys the company of our warm trees. We play charades with them a lot, and they taught me about the phases of the 7 moons and the secrets of the moon signs. That sounds like a bunch of beep. It's real. You're a crescent moose. We introduced Mr. Dragan to them, and they promised they would take him in and help him deal with his lycanthropy. That sounds great. It is. It's a happy ending. I wouldn't call it an ending, rather the beginning of something new. So the end of one adventure is just the beginning of another one? Exactly. I like that. So after your heroic therapy session, you two decided to grab a drink together? God offered to spend the day at the settlement. But they don't serve anything strong enough for my tastes. Plus, Elfie was dying to get back here. Was talking about how they need to update you on everything non-stop. Would think they live here or something. I had to report back about the quest. I'm glad you did. They also started crafting something with the werewolves. Said something about it being for you, Innkeep. Oh, really? Yeah. It's not finished yet, but I'll let you know, I promise. That wasn't that hard, was it? Well. So, a drink? What can I offer you, Lynn? Surprise me with something that fits my brawn. By which I mean make me the usual. Strength never gets old. Okay, I hope we can remember. Strength. So it's a recipe with the red drink. So I think it's this one. I love this part. Pouring drinks. Oh, it was just on your side. Okay. Glad you're back. Let me pour you a drink. Surprise. Not bad. You should do this professionally. I'll think about it. Fable, what about you? Do you have something that'll calm me down? Maybe even bring some of my agility back? Like a swift strike back to my senses. I've had a stressful day, night, morning, sequence of events. Swift strike. Here you go. Thank you. Wow, this is perfect. You look tired. Have you considered sleep? They do look like they're going to pass out any second. So do you. Maybe sleep is a good idea. Curlin, do you have a place to sleep? Sirloin? I can sleep anywhere. It's a talent. It's depressing. I have a room available. You can stay there. Sounds good. How much? I'll count it as payment for your help with the quest. I'm so generous. Fine. Later, Elfie. See you later. Are you heading home, Fable? Yes, I've been gone for a whole day. Why are you crying? Don't cry in my bar. I need to get back and make sure everything is still growing correctly. Maybe take a nap first? Yes, that too. Did you enjoy your first quest? I did. It was scary and different from what I expected. And I didn't know I was good at pretending to be charming. Maybe you weren't pretending? You did well, Fable. Thank you. I hope that wasn't my only adventure. I think this is just the beginning. That would be nice. Do you think I'm going to save the world one day? That's a very tall order. You're right. I'm not cut out for that. I didn't say that. I would just prefer it if the world didn't end. Right. But if it does, you're the first person I'd ask for help. Maybe you should ask Serlin first, but I'd be happy to be second. We'll see. Let's hope we won't. I like this world, and you have a point. We shouldn't hope for such a calamity, even if it would make for a good song. Or a sad one. Or both. I'm going to head home now. Do that. I'll stock up on quests for you. I can't wait. See you soon. See you soon. Ugh. That was a tough shift. Hey, Daddy. Our hair is matching. Good evening to you too. Suddenly I'm thirsty. This quest, it wasn't here yesterday. That's correct. It seems dangerous. It is. And mysterious. Sure. Like me. Why would they say that? You could be a little less mysterious by telling me your name. Zephyr. Oh my god. Zephyr means marshmallow in Lithuanian. Zephyrus. Did the wind carry you in? No, my legs. Look at the stress mark. I want that quest. Well, you can have it. Not just literally, physically, emotionally. Emotionally? I want to take on that quest. Go to the castle to get the cape. I mean, yes. Well, no one has gone to the castle yet, so if someone would like to go, they would be welcome to. So you know of the castle? Yes? It seems strange. It is. A vampire lives there. I heard rumors, whisperings of a strange, fiendish woman residing there. What a coincidence, me too. Has she ever frequented your tavern? No, not recently. But she has? Once had a vampire mixer. Interesting. So she was only here at night? Yes. Would you say she was unnaturally pale? No, she had a ton of makeup on. So she was a chav. But below that mask? Sure, yes. Would guess she looks pretty dead below that. What kind of drink did she order? Blood. We serve blood? Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Do we just like take a tampon and just dip it in hot water and serve like blood tea? Interesting. You sell blood? Of course. Whose blood? Did you hear about the wolves avoiding the castle? Really? All of them? Yes, she has a lot of werewolf traps set up, but all animals seem to steer clear of Marrow Castle. They say its doors are always locked, so nothing can go inside or leave. And anything that tries to merges into her land in one way or another. As a grave, a pile of decorative bones, dirt feeding rotting flowers. They say death clings to her doorstep like an everlasting melody. Sounds like a strange place, like a tomb for something still alive. Or for a goth. Goth of vampires, she seems to be a thief. It appears so. Do you not sympathize with that? Thievery is an honorable skill, but it must be performed in secret. Or you're not worth the coins you pocket. Also, stealing a man's cape is just plain rude, I suppose. Only thing worse than that is stealing a man's hat. Not if it's cursed. Not if the man is balding. Especially then. Point is, if you can't defend yourself from having your trophies reclaimed, you must live with the consequences. The consequences being you? Exactly. It definitely sounds like you know what you're doing. Of course I do. I am one with the shadows and the wind, gone before they even notice I'm there. So you could easily swipe something else along with the cape, right? Certainly. Gold, gemstones, other treasures, whatever pays the bills. What about some interior decorations? Are we? I swear. Yeah, what about the IKEA? Like what, for example? Just something to pretty up my tavern a little bit. Maybe something useful that also doubles as a decoration? Like a chair? Stealing a whole chair sounds a little too ambitious for your first quest with me. I prefer something smaller, like a little trinket. My walls are still a bit empty. Are we actually asking him to steal something for us? I do not condone this behavior, okay? No. Wait, you're being serious? Absolutely. A memento that once belonged to an eccentric vampire sounds like a wonderful addition to the tavern. I'll see what I can do. You won't be disappointed. Well then, I trust you to deliver yourself to her doorstep and the cape back to me, along with that neat little addition to my interior design. Sounds like I'll need a few stamps. Would you like some? No, too traceable. How about a drink then? I could do with one of those. I heard your drinks inspire transformations of great magnitude. Allow you to dip into parts of yourself that you weren't previously aware of. Raise yourself up from your shadow. Yeah, my drinks are pretty strong. If I do say so myself. Say, what do you trade them for? How about a joke? You ain't got no jokes? Oh. Then I don't think we can continue this. No, I'm not interested anymore. Yeah, no, sorry. How do explorers hide their treasures? How? By dragging them to a safe location. Okay. Okay. We'll whip something up with my infusions. It's a good one. I like it. Yes, let's make him a drink with the chilies. I think he's gonna like the chili drink. What vile magic do you have to offer? For your purposes, I think you could benefit from either some fey crystals or frozen pine cone. Okay. The frozen pine cones have absorbed some of nature's icy properties. They can help you form a magical frost barrier that will hurt those trying to harm you. Like anemia? The fey crystals hail straight from Avalon, allegedly. If consumed, they'll turn you invisible, eventually and for a bit. The duration is a bit unpredictable. I've also got some phoenix chilies, but I don't think those would be very useful for your situation, okay? So what dark depths of yourself are you looking to explore? I fear that Lady Evelyn may be of the undead nature. So I must be strong and vigorous if I want my stake in her heart before her fangs are near my neck. You can have my fangs near your neck anytime. Though that does sound appealing. Strength I can do. And some frost armor should help with the fangs. Or perhaps the smarter route would be to evade her wrath entirely. To out-stealth her and steal the cape from right under her pale nose. So that she may lie in the shame of having lost against me. I think such an approach would require a certain amount of dexterity. And some invisibility could help with staying unseen, should my speed and agility not be enough. Help me with the decision, Inkeep. Your wisdom is no joke, is it? Okay, now that we have infusions, we have to be careful. I see the infusions over here with the pine cone and the other whatever. Okay. We need to make sure we keep an eye on the coaster shape so that I mix the correct recipe. Okay. Maybe I should even try adding an infusion first and adjusting the drink from there. Let's give it a try. So we said we're gonna do like the frosty frost. Are you kidding me? What am I doing wrong? Okay, so we're either doing strength or thingy. And oh, okay, so we need to mine the infusions. So if we're doing this, then we have to do the sword. Okay. And then I think what we can do is choose this one. And then we just have to mine the coaster. I cannot drop the pine cone. Okay, I'll try to make the drink first. And then we need a little bit of this. A little bit of this. We need the pine cone. Wait, how did I do that? I did it, right? Oh my god, it's like the minute that I look away. Here we go. This is not the right drink. It has to be a recipe that fits. Okay, I did something wrong. So cute. Okay, then I think I just have to like, yeah, just drop it in really quickly. And then we have to really match up the rest of the drawing. So we need to be careful. Maybe a little bit more of this. No? Oh my god, there was a map. Okay, let me try once more. Liquid sunrise. Okay, let's see if this worked. Then it's no longer a clever ruse, but a mere trade. I see. Did you hear about my new drink, the liquid sunrise? Ha, good one. It tastes like the sun, a cold sun, and I shall strike her down as such. Slay. The sun? Evelyn. Ah, that makes more sense. Goodbye, innkeep. I would say pray that the sun will carry me back to you. But my hopes do not lie with the realm keepers, and I shall be damned if they control my fate. Expect to see me again after the next sunfall. If you do not, speak of vengeance. Vengeance makes for an early grave, or for a good story. Farewell. Okay, we finally had like a proper chat with Zephyr. Or for a bitter end. Ooh! Lynn's back. I'm taking this quest and a drink. Hey there, Evelyn. Yeah, okay. Great. Did you sleep well? What? Sleep. How was it? Ah, fine. Too long. Didn't sleep that much in ages. Sounds like you needed it. No, your beds are just too comfortable. Was hard to get up. I wish. Of course, my apologies. I will make sure to take your feedback into consideration. Would you like a drink as compensation? I think I already said that. Make me something strong that will wake me up and keep me up too. Wake her up and keep her up too. Let me just double check the... Okay, so I think it's the usual. But now we have those extra ingredients, so I'm just gonna see. Invisibility, fire resistance, frost armor. No, we could just make a regular drink, I think. Which is Southern Brawler. One Southern Brawler coming up. Okay, something strong coming right up. Whatever. That is strong, just the right amount of too much. Maybe I should call this drink the Serlin. No, you shouldn't. Anyway, the quest. Yes, the quest. I'm taking it. So you said. I see it as my turn to make a conversation. I miss Fable. Isn't it a bit too soon for another quest? You just returned. It has been hours since I've done anything but sleep, chat, and drink. I'm getting antsy. If I sit still too long, it feels like my bones are disintegrating and I forget who I am. I think that's called boredom. It's torture. That too. Well, boring is not what I would call this quest in the slightest. Stealing from a chimera for a vampire sunscreen. Couldn't get more reckless than that. It could by taking Elfie along. Fair point. Please don't. I won't. So the saliva's for a vampire? Vampire sunscreen. Can't a vampire get their chimera goo themselves? It's a wyvern chimera. Vampires and fire don't mix too well. Also, if everyone just did their own quests, the quest economy would be in shambles. Suppose that'd be terrible for your business. Indeed. Does it bother you that it's for a vampire? No. Does it make you nervous? No. You did mention that you like fangs. Did I mention that I have a great sword 3 times the size of your head? Girl! I'm sure a vampire would find that impressive. Have you ever encountered a chimera before? No, not a real one. Got me thinking, ain't it kind of blasphemous to steal from a dragonic guardian? Depends, are you religious? Guess not. Then no. Would it be if I was? Don't think so. Chimeras steal riches all the time. Guys, I need to look up how to pronounce that. And they were created to be guardians by the protectors of the realms. So stealing something to protect someone else seems in line with the doctrine. Good thing you ain't a priest. You do a piss poor job. Thank you. Is blasphemy what you're most worried about? I ain't worried. Okay, nervous. Ain't that either. Then what is it? Excitement, I suppose? Excitement? Don't laugh. I'm not laughing, I'm asking. Ah, yes, excitement. I've never encountered a guardian before, and I've always sort of wanted to. Why haven't you? Ain't exactly easy to find one or to survive one. This seems like a great opportunity for you then. It is. What's it about guardians? It's less about the guardian and more about what created it. And maybe a little about the chimera. It's got a dragon head, right? Yes, modeled after its creator, I would guess. So let me rephrase that. What is it about dragons and chimeras with dragon heads? They're cool. Also, when I was little, my baba used to tell me bedtime stories about the dragons every night. She was a great adventurer and encountered many of their creations on her journeys. Not sure if it's true, but she always claimed she met each of the realm keepers themselves. Had little keepsakes for them all and all. My sword's one of those. Passed it on to me before she left. One day she was just gone. Think she wanted to spend her last moments somewhere else. Oh, Lynn. Her baba left. Like to think she visited one of her dragons one last time. Your family has a leaving problem. At least she left her savings alone. That sword and her stories are all I have left of her. Going on this quest, it almost feels like I'm stepping into a memory of hers. Did she even tell you about a wyvern chimera? No, was the only kind she ever encountered. Had quarrels with those feline ones, different varieties of scales, even a cow one, I think, but never found a wyvern girl? I don't know. In all her years. It would have been nice to be able to tell her the story when I return. If I return. I'm sure you will. You can tell the story to me. I don't know if I make for a good baba, but I do enjoy a good tale. I'll think about it. You already got me talking too much. This is your talking too much? So, you like dragons? I do. My Tamagotchi just pooped. They're fascinating creatures, very interesting, very magical. They are fascinating and magical. Used to pretend I was one when I was little. Really wanted their magic and their wings. You can just ask them for their magic. Not sure about their wings. I should probably go on a Tamagotchi break in a moment because my Tamagotchi is crying. So maybe we'll have a break after we're done with this chat. I ain't a priest either. Besides, I'm a warrior. Don't do all that magic. Beep! Why not? I like my sword and my muscles. They're a good combo. And I don't need to rely on anyone, not even dragons. A little help never hurt anybody. A little self-reliance don't either. If you say so. Does that mean you don't want a drink to pep you up, Lynn? Didn't say that. I see. That doesn't count as help. It's prepayment from me taking on your quest. Sure. You'll be happy to hear that I have some incredible infusions to offer that could greatly help with your quest. Nah, that sounds unnecessarily complicated. Let's keep it simple. Alright, what can I get you then? I reckon a little bit of a boost for this body couldn't hurt. Heard they're quick and toothy, so I'll need to be too hardy for this bite. Some defense might come in handy, or something for the brain. Baba talked quite about how much they enjoy a good ruse. Maybe I can outsmart it with the right play, but I'd need some intelligence for that. Won't be risking it all on a bad idea. Are you sure you don't want any infusions? Just a little bit of phoenix chili would make you fire resistant. That could be very useful in a fight. Dragons, you're stubborn. Sure, I'll try one. And on the topic of trickery, no, one is enough. Either you mix defense with your weird chilies, or you go heavy on the intelligence. Don't need any more of your fancy tricks. I don't care which one you pick. That's your job, figure it out. Okay, then let's do it with the chilies. And if we mix it, if we do chilies, then we have to do this one. So it would be this. So it's going to be Frosted Lagoon with chilies? Oh, I think that's too much. Yeah. Oops. Ah! So cute. Okay. Because that one is already good. So we need a little bit of this. Oh, it's already done. a little small little drink. Figured it out. Thanks, feeling tougher already and dangerously close to catching fire myself. Think I could almost take on a dragon like this. Let's stay grounded. How urgent is the sunscreen? Pretty urgent. The sun tends to not take a break, even for vampires. Maybe he should sunbathe less then. That might solve his problems. Might. But when has an easy solution ever been fun? Good point. I'll see what I can do. Maybe they got some mice in that mangrove. Good luck. Won't be needing it. I'll be waiting to hear of your exploits upon your return. So cute. Andu. We don't have to assemble the quests. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go on a quick Tamagotchi break and then we'll be back. We're gonna do one more day. Be right back. Tamagotchi is fed and played with. And I also looked up how to pronounce chimera. Because I am just not very well versed with like mythology and all of these things. So I had to look it up real quick while I was, taking my break. But yes, how is everybody doing? What's up? What's new? What is everybody having for dinner? Let's do another day. Oh, I just love oh, pretty. Oh my god. So cute. Hey, Chrissy. Long time no see. So true. I've been pretty busy this hatching season. A lot to do? Yeah, the birds seem to be in a slight uproar, like something is amiss. I just can't figure out what. Animals often have a sixth sense, They do indeed. Oh my god, such cute ears and the little blossoms and the birds. There's even like a pigeon on her ear. So cute. Love the glove also on 2 fingers. It's very Mugler vibes. They do indeed. Anyways, hand over a drink, will you? Of course. What will it be this time? Something for the wits again? You know me well, too well, I guess. That's the curse of being a regular. Eventually, I'll have you all figured out. I hate to disappoint you, but you're wrong today. Am I now? Yes, I'm quite confident in the capabilities of my mind and wits. Of course. So what I'll need instead is something to protect me from weather or foe. So I'm steeled for any situation. That makes sense. I'll see what I can do. Something to protect. So we're just making like a simple, I think this one, right? There's nothing else. I love the color of this drink for some reason. Like it's like a satisfying combo. Liquid steel, just a bit more digestible. Me taking my iron supplements. This is exactly what I need for my trip. Where are you headed anyways? Oh, to the island of Boreas. I want to reconnect with some friends at the annual Borean Art Convention. Isn't Boreas difficult to reach? Not exactly a place known for its population. The convention is especially for creatures like Sylvian spirits, trolls, and the like. They also be selecting the scariest monster for the next issue of Are we seeing this right now? Screech magazine. That sounds really familiar. We're talking about Patch magazine. Please subscribe and get your issue. Screech magazine. Magazine. I didn't catch that. That sounds exciting. It'll be a sight to behold for sure, but do you know what I'm most excited about? Gnomes? Gnomes? I've yet to meet a gnome on Boreas. They're pretty shy, but they craft cute little trinkets. Anyways, wanted to have one for my tavern. If I run into a gnome, I'll buy a trinket for you. Now that we know what I'd be excited for, how about you? The geysers and hot springs, especially around this time of year when the mornings are still a bit chilly and the sun tickles the sky on the horizon. That sounds lovely. I'm sure those things will be nice muses too. Bet I'm bringing an extra set of paints this time so I don't run out again. I mean, Fable taught me how to make some from flowers and berries, but Borean flora is unsuitable for things like that. Seems like you're well prepared either way. Absolutely. How are the birds doing apart from being in distress? Well, the cinnamon green-cheeked conures are growing up to be such a lovely bunch. I can't wait to release them back to the wild once they're strong enough. With your care, they'll be ready in a heartbeat. I'm guessing you're taking Ruby and Merlin along to the convention? Of course. As for the others, I obviously can't take them with me. But I asked Fable to look after everyone. In exchange, I'll teach them how to grow zucchini. Speaking of which, I wanted to leave my keys under the doormat. Sorry for the short stay, but I gotta hurry or else I'll miss the boat. It's quite the walk to the treehouse. And you don't want to have to compensate me for that, do you? I wouldn't mind, but I also don't want you to be late to your convention. Well then, so long, Inkeep. See you soon. Screech Magazine Convention. Good evening. Oh, the evening looks so cute. Look at the moon. It's so pretty. You know, since I'm always reading, I don't get to absorb how pretty the scenery is. Good evening, Fable. Did you have a good day? I did. I visited Mr. Dragon and the other werewolves. Yeah, the art is so pretty. Told them about Serlin's quest and the Wyvern Chimera. Oh, so you heard about that. She told me before she left, in case she told me some things to pass on to Mr. Dragon that I can't repeat here. Oh, they're under NDA. I think she's happy he's back. I think so too. Did you have tea with the werewolves? Of course, we had a grand time together. I mentioned how much fun I had with the moon signs, so they taught me more about the stars and their hidden meanings. Which stars? Both sets. They specialize in Cassiopeia. You know, the night sky constellations on the astral plane and all. But they have one astrologer who knows a lot about their reflections in the pools of the primordial sea. And she promised to teach me about that too. I can't wait to learn about how the sea mirrors, echoes, and distorts the constellations. That's how she pitched it. Exciting, right? Very. That's what I thought. So what is it, Fable? I may or may not have finished that little gift I was talking about yesterday. Or rather that Serlin was talking about. You know, the little keepsake from my time with the werewolves? Yes, I recall. A reminder of my very first successful quest. I just didn't know if you know, I like trinkets. Is it a Sonny's angel? Yes. What is it? Guys, what's gonna be the trinket? It's a piece of it's a piece of embroidery of a constellation. The werewolves taught me how to do it, while the astrologer told us stories and myths about the stars and their twin reflections. I imagine it to be a constellation from a faraway realm. I call it the Little Dipper. It's here. Oh. It does look like it. So cute. Using a lot of imagination. Who knows? Maybe there's a world out there with this exact configuration of stars in the night. Yes, there is. Actually. There might be. Maybe the Little Dipper is part of a larger constellation. A bear, for example. A bear? Innkeep, I think you might be the one dreaming something up right now. Most likely. Are you fond of the stars surrounding us? I do like to watch them from time to time. Oh, really? Do you prefer the stars of the astral or the primordial sea? I don't know. Astral? Really? That's surprising. Then again, you do help people change, just like Cassiopeia. You'll have to give me your birth data soon so I can calculate your birth chart. Guys, what are your birth charts? I'm a triple fire sign. If that's okay with you, of course. Sure, Jan. I'm Aries, Leo, Leo. Aries, Sun, Leo, Moon, Leo, Rising. What about you? Wait, your birthday. Oh my god. Gemini, Sagittarius, Sagittarius. Ooh. We have like the same. Well, so is Aries. Everybody hates Aries. So Fable is gonna give us our birth charts soon. Yeah, we're meant to be. We're the toxic people. Oh. Hello, Groovy Tony Q. We love Aries. No, you told me Pisces is your favorite, so... That's great. Thank you. I think you may be a double jackdaw. Is Gemini a red flag? I don't know. I don't know anything. Well, my sister is a Gemini and I love her to pieces, and she's definitely not a red flag. She's the greenest of the greens. She's like the arugula of zodiac signs. We love all signs. Woo. That's great. Thank you. I think you may be a double jack. Oh yeah, double jack. Yes, I am. That's exactly who I am. Until then, care for a drink to wind down? Or something more zesty, perhaps? Hello, Ember Shadow 2019. Welcome. A drink, please. I think I figured out how to make my own zest. Happy to hear that, Fable. But drinks, not sure how to make those just yet, especially those with the right balance. I'll still have to make the rounds around the grove later. So could you make me something that will keep me awake and agile? Like an espresso martini. Do you think you know me well enough to guess what I might need? Maybe a reminder because I can't remember. Something with dexterity, swift strike would be a safe bet. Okay, perfect. Coming right up. Oh, I cannot do it either. No, no, no. I do have it like occasionally. I think I had it like a few times, but it's crazy. Coffee and alcohol. I had it in April, I think, during King's Day. On my heart test, it was not good. We'll see. I flopped. Might have been the hottie, you know, from the stream. Ooh, this drink is cute. Yeah, I must have been the We'll see. Oh, Andu. I just want to feed him the drink just to see him drink it. Even though the drink is correct. Should I? No. Here. Thank you. This is delicious. You always know what I need. I know that's right. But this glass is so small though. Like how much drink? It's like a little shot. Shots. Everybody! I think you also need a break, so maybe stay a while before heading back. That sounds like a good idea. I'll just idle here a bit if that's okay. Always. Enjoy your rest, Fable. Thank you. Oh no, not that one. Greetings, Innkeep. Greetings, Kyle. Greetings, green creature. Too much caffeine. Greetings, Mr. Vampire. Oh, how polite. Are you enjoying your drink? I am, thank you. Then I shall leave you to its inspiring aftertaste. Innkeep, say, did you move your inn by any chance? It took me hours to find it. Did we move? No, we didn't. Are you sure? I believe new alleyways may have formed themselves around your establishment, with winding paths and dark corners. Oops, I pressed on the... Anything could be hiding within them. Like a vampire? No, silly snack. I don't need to hide. Except during games of hide and seek. I'm very good at those. Maybe the inn wanted to play around with you. Mayhaps, but it underestimated my skill. As a 3-time hide and seek world champion, I would never lose to such a youngling of an inn. It's not that young. The wood isn't even rotting yet, dear innkeep. It still has many eons ahead of it. I like the sound of that. As a celebration of a match well won, may I offer you a drink? Yes, I think that would be well deserved. Has that delicious blood of yours made it into the menu yet? Not yet. Shame. Then I shall have some of that faux blood again, please. It does make my bones feel more sturdy. Coming right up. We need to make the red drink, I think. Yes, indeed. Let me pour you a drink. Bloody Mary. Some faux blood for your bones and joy. Ah, this is perfect. The only thing that could make me happier would be a drink levenly titled The Innkeeper's Vein. Keep dreaming, Count Dracula. Speaking of dream, we should have some garlic in here. Oops, I skipped. Oh no. Speaking of dreams, something. Can I go back? No. Swimmingly. Well, actually, I think there's very little water involved. I wouldn't be so sure. My dear Evelyn has a beautiful pond filled with long-toothed spine guppies in her courtyard. It's her pride and joy. I would hope no one is swimming in that. The Paris Olympics swimming in the Seine River. The swimmers. That's gonna be so disgusting, guys. Did you see that the Paris Olympics, like the swimmers, they're gonna have to swim in the river Seine? It's disgusting. So this is giving the same vibes to me. But I had sent someone on your quest. I'm sure he'll return soon and you and your cape will be reunited. Yeah, I think they're all gonna get, like, I think they're gonna get diseases. That's so disgusting. But for example, like the surfers, they're gonna go to Tahiti, so that's like so nice. Marvelous. Speaking of inseparable teams, where's Rhea? I think it's as bad, yeah. They said that they were cleaning it up, but it's like, it looks like shit water, like really bad. Yeah, I mean, people just shit there. So it's just disgusting. It's brown. It's doo-doo water. So, and it's literally like when in a couple days or something the Olympics are starting. So I don't even know what they're gonna do. Why couldn't they just use a pool? Why did they have to do that? Oh, she's taking the day off. She demanded vacation time, so I said she could choose any day, and she chose today. I love this music. Yeah, survival of the fittest. I was going to also take a day off and spend her vacation with her. Tea. Yeah, I don't know. I would be swimming with like a full like latex suit that only has my face out, and I would have like, I don't know, like a thick layer of Vaseline on my face or something. Yeah, just don't get sick, literally. Everybody's complaining. Imagine. That would be so funny. Just my cheeks poking out. But yeah, I don't know if they're gonna go ahead with it, because if they are, that's like so embarrassing for France. But when I wanted to follow her to the market, my sleeve caught on fire and my hand and my hair, so I was forced to stay back due to my allergies. The weeping amaryllis pollen is very bad this time of year. And the sun is also bad for vampires. It is? Yes. It's also bad for humans. Wear your SPF. Right, I need sunscreen. It's in the works. Did you get to see the market later? I did. It was beautiful, colorful, and full of music that would make anyone's heart dance. But I couldn't find Rhea anywhere, so I felt a little lonely. Luckily, I managed to make a new friend in no time. Very tall and brooding, just how I like them. I inquired if I could try on his dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. But he said if I tried to take it from him, he would turn me to ash. What a jokester. Dark armor of swirling shadow and onyx bone. Yes, a true connoisseur of fashion. He's just visiting, he said. Had some great crepe recommendations. Plum crepes with ash sprinkles? Yes, they tasted deliciously dead. I see. I hope you enjoyed your evening together. We did. Though I feel like he asked something of me, I promised I would remember. Perhaps he wanted my cape? Many people want my cape. Perhaps. But I would have never agreed to that. It is my cape after all. Maybe he wanted my Pasca recipe? Is it good? Very much so. Then I'd like it as well. Oh, yes, you. Me. He asked me about you. Me? Yes, said he's an old friend of yours. He was very curious about about how your inn is doing. I sang your praises, of course, so he asked me to deliver your greetings. And congratulations on the well-run establishment. How did he phrase it? Deliver my congratulations on the faux peace your precious innkeep has found in her house of denial. Very poetic, if you ask me. Very. If only I could remember his name. Does my description of him ring any bells for you? No, I'm afraid not. Too bad. He must be an old childhood friend. Maybe you went to school together. I heard many friendships are formed in such halls. Maybe. Do you want to tell me more about your time at the market? Most certainly. I found the loveliest trinkets, like a little stuffed bear with a tiny raincoat. That's familiar. And a crescent elder moon necklace. I found a gorgeous sun charm as well. I bought it for Rhea as a welcome back from vacation gift. That's very sweet. Your friend bought a delightful raven figure with eyes of starlight. Please don't call him that. We should never deny our friends, even if we don't remember them. I don't remember any of my friends. Alas, I still love them, even if their memory lives on only in my heart. Anyhow, he said it was a gift to himself to celebrate the dawning of the month of the astral moon. Oh, I love Cassiopeia so dearly. She is the most beautiful month, is she not? A haven of starlight reflected in the primordial sea below. Only once a year is she this close to us, and only then for a short period of time. To me, she's the harbinger of yearning and of change. I wonder how we'll change this month. I hope to be more capeful and sunscreened by the end of it. Maybe even a little less alone. What about you? I like the way I am, but I wouldn't say no to stocking up more ingredients. The refusal to change is dangerous, innkeeper. Change always comes to those who deny it the most. By the end of the astral moon, we shall no longer be who we once were. That sounds like a threat. By no means. Maybe it promises mourning, but maybe celebration also, could it not? For example, my dear Rhea hated vampires when she met me, and now she likes me. True change can occur before the stars change, it seems. You're hard to dislike. Oh, how sweet of you. As sweet as my blood. I have a lot of it. No, you don't. I would hope you do. And it runs warm when people are kind to me. That's why Kyle is blushing. In all my millennia, kindness has always made me the happiest. There is nothing greater than friendship, don't you agree? Yeah, how does he have I think he was kind of, lying. And nothing more fragile. That makes it all more precious. That reminds me, I forgot a crucial part of the message. Our dear friend stranger told me that he would like to see you again. He said, what was it? Don't think too hard about it. Ah, of course, the letter. The letter? The polite young man gave me a letter to deliver to you. What a sweet gesture. I shall pass it on to you forthwith. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't fit. I'm even doing like this whole like bloodless voice, like a very, weak vibes. So I don't understand. Maybe the blood in his stomach. Are you not going to open it? No, I don't think now's the right time for a letter. Not enough moonlight. But wouldn't it be kind of romantic? Longingly dwelling in the memories of a friend. It would go so well with the fireworks. What fireworks? I have no clue. He said he hopes you'll enjoy them. Fireworks, doesn't that sound lovely? I hope they aren't part of a private event. He does. Maybe he was based on that. I think that would be difficult to do with fireworks. Oh, I don't mean to interrupt, but what is it, little fawn? Look outside. I think the fireworks have started. Oh, how beautiful. They're falling down from the sky. So pretty. Hello, little fireworks. Sparkle on. Those aren't fireworks. Those are Genshin Impact wishes. They're stars. Uh-oh. Yes, I am a Genshin player. Should we do one more day or is it enough for today? It's been an hour and 38 minutes. What do we think, guys? Do we want to do one more day? This is so cute. I wonder which window is ours. Is it this one? Or this must be like one of the inn, like the bedrooms or something, and this must be like the inn itself. Okay, let's do one more day. Cuckoo. I'm glad the inn wasn't severely damaged by the falling stars, though it did take me nearly the whole day to finish all those little repairs. The building might still look a little battered, but it could be worse. Hopefully none of my customers got hurt yesterday. It's not much, but I should surprise them with a new drink on the menu. That way whoever comes in can get at least a small taste of normalcy. I think that sounds like a good plan. But I feel like we need to assemble the quest or something, or no? No, we're still collecting rumors, I think. Now, hello, Jade. Didn't think you'd show up again after last time. No hard feelings. Remind me again, who started that whole brawl? No clue actually. Must have slipped my mind. Would a drink help you remember? If I wanted to chat about it, maybe, but you know how much the remnants of the past bore me. Then let's focus on the present. Let's. I didn't come all this way to revel in old times after all, although I brought you something I knew you'd find useful, just in case you did remember who started the brawl. Literally? But I love jade. So cool. And the turtle? Oh, this is interesting. Let me see. It's some thunder sage. Found it in one of my jobs, but didn't have any use for it. Just don't try to boil tea out of its leaves. Tastes dreadful. Numbs your tongue. You seem to be speaking from experience. Your tavern seems to be getting on in years. Seems like nothing can escape the grip of time. Wasn't even sure if it was still open. Is it that bad? I guess some would say age adds character. And what would you say? I'd say you've gotten... Excuse me? Ouch. Aw, don't take it too personally. You've still got some of your old... spark? Ish. That's at least something. Not the brightest flame, but funky enough. Thank you. Now, I'd actually like to try one of your fiery drinks. What can I serve you? Something that'll quicken my reflexes. Gotcha. Ah, we have a new drink. Sunny breeze. Okay, we need to make Jade this drink, but I'm just gonna quickly check. Yeah. Ugh, I wish we could make this one Sunny Breeze, but whatever. No actual sparks, but perhaps something sparkling? Now that's what you call a drink. Maybe you haven't gotten on in years so much after all. Well, some things never wither. What are you doing in Zenith these days? Keeping up to date, checking out the latest town gossip after my most recent gig. Your most recent gig? I finished up a job in the plains. A sandworm kept terrorizing a group of seal wool merchants at the edge of the plains. I myself am very fond of those creatures. They just mind their own business, but sometimes, they gotta eat. But you know how it is. Something's gotta pay the bills after all. So I took the gig. It was a cushy job, though I still managed to get sand between my teeth. Luckily, it was only a sandstorm and not one of those mimics that pretend to be part of the local fauna and snap, gone you are. Anyway, I also heard about some unrest in Zoford from one of the local merchants and decided to go take a look. Zoford, the seaport? Yeah. Oh, the turtle went inside its little shell. Always considered it rather calm area. It still is, sometimes at least. Initially, I thought the unrest was related to the local thieves guild. So I went there to deal with some bandits, look at their most wanted list and cash out. There was no real challenge though, so I didn't pick anything up. Other than a few hushed whispers at the marketplace, that's it. Something about some archmage's familiar that went missing or whatever. Perhaps a job for you? I'm not a welfare association. Like, what do I care about missing familiars if no one's going to pay me, you know? Of course. I was way more interested in hearing more about the undead on the other side of the country that my colleagues were mumbling about. So I came here, and naturally I couldn't resist coming by to see how you were holding up. I'm doing very well, thank you. Well, that's good news, especially considering the state of your tavern. It's not that bad. Sure, whatever you say. So, do you know anything about those undead? Not really. I've been a bit occupied with cleaning up this mess. The tavern was just a tad affected by some recent incidents. What do you mean, the shooting stars? Shooting stars? It's much more serious than that. Innkeep, a drink please. Perhaps something to boost my defenses. I'll have to be equipped for every possible situation after this kind of morning. Coming right up. Defenses. The drinks really match them. Please enjoy. Like dragon scales, sturdy, strong, flawless. I'm glad I could impress. You have no idea how much this catastrophe has affected the poor citizens of Zenith. And my day off. Oh, okay. I can only imagine what scars it must have left on the rest of the country. I mean, if some star rain managed to affect not only the tavern but also the whole city, it must have been pretty bad. Speaking of which, I'd be happy to help you fix this place up. If the money's right, of course. No, thank you. I'm closing up early today and tomorrow to take care of things. All right, Chief. The offer stands. What? You don't really believe it was just shooting stars, do you? What else would it have been? Have you not seen the damage? Last time I checked, shooting stars were flaming comets traveling through the firmament of Cassiopeia. Sometimes they crash on Gaia, rarely, but it happens. Nothing I would worry about. Just an average Genesis for me. Cassiopeia, help me. What? Do you know something I don't? Perhaps. Oh, do enlighten me, please. Well, it seems you're not aware of who you're talking to. Nope. My name is Alethea Anwar. I'm a devotee of the great dragon Cassiopeia, bringer of change and lady of the gilded sea. I fight for those that cannot fight for themselves, bring justice to those who would bring doom. And I am very aware of when something is wrong with the firmament. Cool. Pleasure to meet you, Alethea. Now, trust me when I tell you, this was more than just your average asteroid shower. I'm bad at trusting strangers, but go ahead. I believe something way worse happened. What? I know the stars fell from the sky. Literally. Usually I reside in the Aperture. It's a temple in the far northeast dedicated to Cassiopeia. But for my niece's birthday, I decided to take a few days off and visit her to take her to the carnival on the outskirts of Zenith. We were just on our way back when suddenly right above us the sky was ablaze with millions of stars raining down on Gaia. I'm very attuned to the realm of Cassiopeia, the harbor of all luminaries of the firmament. Just say astral realm. That wouldn't do the place justice, but what would you know? It's vast and it's so full of beauty. It's an ocean with a glistening surface, home to creatures beyond our comprehension. It's the theological term for it. Anyways, I noticed something was off the moment it happened, perhaps even a tad beforehand. Like the feeling of impending doom. When all the hairs on your neck stand up and you know there's a creature lurking somewhere in the shadows. Exactly. Which is why, Inkeep, I came here right after fulfilling my duties this morning. So many were hurt. It's a matter close to my heart, figuring out what happened. After inquiring with those affected, many referred to you and your tavern. If anyone had any intel, it'd be you, they said. They did? Yes. I'm sorry to disappoint, but I imagine I know even less than you do. I was hoping to find some clues at least to help me start with my investigation. Well, she could ask around for you, I'm sure. Would you do that? I can certainly try. Good. In the meantime, I shall do what I do best. Aid those in need. And perhaps find out more about this disaster. Why? What? Why are you so nonchalant about all of this? Things like this happen all the time, and people like you fix them. Thus, not my problem. People like me are the reason people like you can continue living like that. I didn't ask for any help. There will be a time when you do ask for help, and then you will be happy there are people like me. Sure. Oh my god, my Tamagotchi grew. Hello. Ah, you can't see it. It's ugly. Before I forget, Innkeeper. Yes, Alethea? I will help you fix your tavern, free of charge. Not necessary, but thank you for the offer. Well, if you don't need my help, I know many around that do. So I'll be going. Maybe we'll know more about all this when I return. How dramatic. Isn't it normal for divine devotees to act like that in times of crisis? Not sure if I'd call this a crisis. Sure, if it's like she said and the literal stars fall from the literal sky, then yeah, that's odd. But then again, I'm sure Cassiopeia would have stopped it from happening if she'd wanted to. Are you religious? No, but I don't deny the dragon's existence, which means I'm more than confident in saying that if they want to be worshipped, they should work for it. We all work for something. I work to get paid, you work to get paid, and they just get paid without working. I don't know. Then what are they doing to help in a crisis like this? They're taking care of the grand scheme of things. Puh, wishful thinking. Oh. Oh my god, I read that as Io from Love Island. Ayo. Oh my god, look at the cat fingers. Greetings, adventure. Why does he have like this possum around his neck? Who? Me? You're the only one who entered my tavern, no? Yeah, but in what way do I look like an adventurer? That's just her standard greeting. Budget couldn't cover any more, I suppose. I have a wide variety of greetings. If that makes you feel better. Hit me, Innkeep. Give me something from your repertoire of greetings. Cringe fail? Didn't you greet me like that? It's different when I do it. Yeah, their whole demeanor revolves around cringe. Yeah, exact. Wait, what? Who even are you? Jade. You? Iniko. Cool name, Jade. Can I steal it? What? What? I prefer if no one stole anything. Drake's got it. Can I have a drink then? If I can't have your name? Of course, what do you want? What do you have? Everything. What do you need most right now? Something that'll make me more swift and agile. Like a slippery worm. Can't risk getting caught after all. What? What? Worms can be slippery. That wasn't... Never mind. A slippery worm coming right up. No worms, but perhaps it'll still suit your tastes. Oh wow, this is great. Amazing even. Where'd you learn this craft in the primordial vortex? Don't look at me like that, I'm just joking. You aren't from here, are you? Who, me? Who else? Corey. Is that the thing on your shoulder? Bingo. It's short for corruption. Not Corey being short for corruption. No. I meant you. Well, I'm nowhere anywhere and everywhere all at once. But most of me is from Avalon. Oh, an Avalonian? Native born or by ancestry? Native, duh. Huh, that's interesting. I find it pretty lame, to be honest. There's nothing going on over there. Everyone's the same. And you think it's different here on Gaia? Yeah, I mean, not really, but I can go anywhere I like. Barely anyone knows me here. Theft, identity fraud. All's goody goody with me because I can be someone else tomorrow. In Avalon, they all see through that game very quickly. I see. Changeling then? Yes, and I say so out of trust. Just kidding. If you tell anyone, I'll come for you. Fret not. What happens in the tavern stays in the tavern. Then we're cool. Cool. So what brings you here, Iniko? This and that, you know. Zenith seemed like a cool town with a cool name. Got distracted by that giant hog in your front yard and thought I'd come in and say hi. That would be mine. Cool. I don't do mounts. I'm faster on foot. That way I can admire the landscape, take U-turns through narrow spaces, pickpocket. And did you admire the wrecked ruin that was once Zenith? I mean, I love chaos, so is it that bad? Do you ever leave this tavern and keep? The city looks like a broken mirror. You bet it does. Looks like a star hit the center of Zenith and boom. Yep. Oh, but there's nothing we can do about it. Exactly. Someone will fix it. And that someone's not me. Ha, me neither. What if no one fixes it? So what? Then it stays broken. The Aether tree won't tumble just because some stars fell from the sky. I'm sure some egomaniac is already on their way to fix it. Needn't get my hands dirty. Ditto. Isn't that a bit bleak? Why even bother? There's always someone who fixes everything, and if not, then it ain't bothering anyone enough. Which means it isn't a problem. Exactly. I know Jade is a mercenary, but say, Iniko, you aren't exactly a traditional adventurer either, huh? No way. Their self-righteousness and self-sacrificial hero complexes ain't my vibe. I wouldn't say all adventurers are like that. Name one adventurer that didn't die from self-sacrificial tendencies. I knew one, but they perished thanks to their hubris. Another classic. Reminds me of the group I met last week in Erove. They were nice, but too nice, you know? I know exactly what you mean. Were they also on their way to investigate the falling stars? Nah, they were heading somewhere north. Didn't really listen, didn't care. But I was nice to meet them, you know. charmed some rations out of them. Then they prepared breakfast at their camp, sat around the campfire drinking tea, munching on bread and bacon. One of them was a wizard, I believe, full on robes and magic type of guy. Kept on going on about how Leviathan was sending bad omens to the bottom of his teacup. Leviathan? Why him? Dunno. Was he trying to warn you about his sister's demise? His sister? Cassiopeia. Ah, right, sorry. Mythology isn't really my cup of tea. What is your cup of tea? Fraud. Checks out. So, Leviathan warned him via his tea leaves about the start of something terrible. Tattered wings tainting the gilded sea in dark shades of mystery, leaving behind nothing but a shimmering void. That's exactly what he said. How did you know? I think I read that somewhere before. Did you also read about the blazing eruption at the foot of the Dalwell Hills? No, but I heard about that when I was in Zoford, though the Fae were doing one of their quirky rituals again. Wait, so it actually happened? Yep. He also read that from his tea leaves. Whoa, seems like the guy was a real psychic. I guess. Divination magic can be a powerful tool. The tea leaves said, the wings shall be torn apart at the feet of Avalon, nested between the peaks of Dalwell. Dalwell? So it really could be true. What? It sounds like whatever happened in Dalwell was the reason the stars fell from the sky. Tainted gilded sea, shimmering void, metaphors for a starless sky. If the wizard was right about his tea leaf reading, that is. But it fits with what I heard in Zoford. Happened just a few days ago. Oh, that's how you're connecting it all. How else? No idea. I thought he was just babbling. With everything that's been happening recently, I think he might been onto something. Odd that the inventors didn't try to stop it from happening. Maybe they were lacking in ego. Maybe. Or maybe they thought someone else would come along to fix everything. Okay, enough. I understand what you're getting at. Maybe they were just pretending to be adventurers. Maybe they were the cause of all of this and were just bragging about it, thinking I'd stop them. LOL. Enough with your maybes. They're pointless and aren't helping anyone. I'm getting a headache. I'll go get some fresh air. So long, Innkeep. Merry hunting, Jade. Now it's just you and me, Innkeeper. Oh no. Indeed, Iniko. Have you ever thought about what would happen if no one ever fixed anything? Nah, pal. Just don't think about it. Life's easier that way. Why do you worry so much? You have your tavern. You can just mind your own business. This is my job. I listen to stories and gather rumors to make quests. I get it. That sounds like the blurb on the back of some page turner. I wouldn't want my life to be a page turner. Well, then it's good we aren't the same. Though I could technically be anyone, even you. Don't. Drakes, I'm kidding. Didn't mean to spit in your soup. You didn't. Cool, I'm off. See if I can snatch some coins off the streets. Good luck. Don't need any, Innkeep. Okay, we have to get the new quest arranged. I don't know. Wait, something is off. Well, lagoon and drowning. I don't know. No. I need help. All right. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. I think we're gonna end it here on this rainy morning. I don't think we have many viewers, so just gonna end it here. Thank you for joining and having a wholesome time with some bartending. Have a nice night.